Hey everyone, it's Lexi. So in today's video, I'll be doing my review of Becoming by Michelle Obama. So this was the Tales and Teacups book club picks for the months of November and December. So I was very, very excited when this book was coming out. Ever since when she announced that she was going to be writing a memoir, I was super excited. Me and my sister were really, just kind of psyched about this. And so basically, I just kind of want to preface this video and say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all. I've realized with my review for What Happened by Hillary Clinton, it kind of had some outlier responses from what I usually get. So yeah, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all. So let's just all be very respectable people going into this, because I know this one kind of will get some negative comments, but yeah. So basically this is Michelle Obama's memoir of her growing up and becoming who she is now. And what I think is important going into this, that this book does not have a political agenda at all. Of course it does talk about politics, obviously, because she was the first lady, and she talks about her experience kind of as Barack's kind of political career was evolving, but it has no political agenda. This is a story about Michelle growing up poor on the south side of Chicago, how she worked her way through Ivy League schools, became a lawyer, fell in love, and found her way in the White House. So I was really interested in learning her story. I've never really, despite like how much I've really looked up to her and admired her, I didn't really know much about her past, and it was really interesting. She's very candid about the struggles that her family had growing up and how she never really saw herself as poor, and even though they may not have had the resources to kind of have the best academic experience, her parents really pushed her hard to kind of earn those things, and she wound her way in Princeton and Harvard, and that's very inspirational, seeing her story and how her parents put such an emphasis on education. And I don't know, I think that was really important to kind of stress how fortunate she was to have parents that realized the value of education. And I liked kind of learning more about her parents and just how she kind of overcame so much. And one of the things I really liked about in here is it's very relatable, and I think especially, it doesn't matter what stage you are in life, I think there's aspects in here that you can really relate to. You can, even if you're kind of in middle school, high school, she talks about that period of her life as well. So there's different parts of her life that you can relate aspects to, especially for me now in my kind of, I'm 24 now, or I'm gonna be 24 on the 8th, so when I'm filming this it's a week away, but oh wow, when this goes up maybe, but basically, like, in her 20s, like, she worked so hard to become a lawyer. She went to Harvard Law School to be a lawyer, and once she was a lawyer she realized that she didn't like being a lawyer, and that's what I'm kind of going through now. So I'm like, because I did my master's and everything, and it's like, well, I wasted all that time and money to be in a career that I don't like. But it's like, okay, if that happened to Michelle Obama and she turned out okay, I will turn out okay too. So I really liked how I could kind of relate to that. I really enjoyed kind of learning her kind of thought process through everything when her husband was running for senator and then president, and just kind of her kind of mindset through the whole thing, and how she was very resistant to that idea in the beginning, and how she kind of had to overcome certain obstacles compared to like other candidates' wives and all of that stuff, and just how she responded to the criticism of how people were stereotyping her and all that stuff. So it's very interesting, especially because she's had such a unique journey that no one's ever really had. So it's really interested to kind of learn that, and just how Obama, or I guess Barack and her fell in love and all of that stuff. So it's really interesting to see. She is very type A, like likes her order and her routine and checklist, and that's very much how I am. And apparently Barack is not like that at all. So it's very interesting to see kind of her kind of how opposite they are, but they work so well with each other. And that's, I'm like, okay, the stuff she talks about in here with like checklists and all that, I'm like, I can relate to that. But it was really interesting learning about life in the White House, and just like how much of a sacrifice you have to give up in terms of just your independence. Like, you can't go anywhere without like your bodyguards and all that, and I don't think I would respond well in that environment. But it's very inspiring to see how she just didn't want to just sit there and smile for pictures. She wanted to make an impact. And then she talks about how she kind of makes it full circle and be like, okay, let me look at girls who were in similar situations I was growing up, and how can I improve their lives. And it's really, she really cares about kids and improving girls' education, and I really appreciate that, and just her role of getting people to be healthier, and just kind of learning that. I think just kind of like learning her meaning behind the campaign she was behind and all of that was just really interesting. So overall, you can see, like, I really enjoyed this book. There's many aspects in it that are just so relatable, and I think everyone at like different stages in their lives can relate to. And she's such an inspiring woman, and she doesn't come across as someone who is like on a table, is like on a pedestal. She comes across as very equal to you, as approachable, and that's what I really like about this book. And I kind of learned more about her, and I think, like I said, she's so inspiring. So of course I really love this. Me and my sister both got this book, and we were just talking about it, and just, I don't know, she's just so inspiring and an amazing woman. So I really loved kind of learning more about her as well. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This video was basically just me gushing about how much I love this book. But yeah, please let me know in the comments below kind of what you really enjoyed about this book, or if you're interested in reading it and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.